Hello again, Diane Webster here, Executive Director of Friends of Baja Animals. Today we're going to watch Linda Nichols cook her homemade dog food. This is a special food that she cooks for her puppies, and she has a little bit of a raw diet for the dogs as they get older. But this is what she does when she rescues puppies, and she gets them ready for a foster home and for their forever homes. I hope you enjoy the video. Thanks.
So I have 9 puppies. They're 9 weeks old. We got them basically about 5 days after they were born. And of course the mother was feeding them, so I didn't have to do it. Now I have to do it. And it's actually kind of a lot of fun because I'm used to doing this for all dogs, not just the puppies, but the puppies especially because they're young. They need a little bit more. They're not nursing on the mother at all anymore because they're 9 weeks. So they've been weaned for a little over a week where they don't rely on the mom's milk at all. So what I do is I start with chicken. I buy them here in Mexico. I buy chicken thighs and legs. We buy them by the bulk in a big box. I take 3 of them and fill the pot with water, put the chicken in and boil it, and then I pull all the bones out and double check, because the last thing you want to do as a puppy to get a bone. So I debone the chicken and then I add rice. Sometimes it's sweet potato, rice, and I put a little bit of spice, a little turmeric sometimes, a little cumin, just because it's not bad for them and it gives it a little flavor. And then I add, and see if I can I chop up spinach that we get here at Costco or locally. Usually it's, now see, this is what you have to watch for, because that's actually the tail of a chicken, but it does have a bone in it. So we're gonna throw that out. So once this is all prepared, normally it has a little bit more water in it, then we come over here and I just kind of guess because I'm used to seeing how much they eat. Some will eat a little bit more than the others. This we get at Costco. Believe it or not, I'm going on my 10th bag of puppy food. So that's how much these puppies eat. But we also let the mama come in here. She's with her puppies. So I think it's good for her to be with the puppies. She's not feeding them, but she eats with them. And I don't mind that. The puppy food has obviously more calories. So I fill it just about there. And then I come over here and I take my chicken soup. And actually it's good enough for a human to eat if you wanted to. It wouldn't have enough ingredients for my husband, but it actually is chicken soup. So I try to get more juice for them. And when I first started this, you have to go really easy on the chicken. It's too rich for their system when they're little puppies. So they're kind of getting used to it. But I still start off with the juice, and sometimes I add juice. I add more to this. I make a little bit more broth and just try to make this last. This will last me for the puppies 2 feedings a day doing this. They actually are getting four feedings. The first thing, 7 o'clock. Actually, the puppies are up at 4:30. So by 5 o'clock, they're eating just some dry food. And then they get some little treats. Usually we buy liver, calf liver, cow liver, or chicken liver. And I toss them in olive oil and I bake them in the oven for about 15 minutes. Not too much. Liver is really rich. So I'm just kind of skimming some of the juice here, and spinach and a little of the rice. And I probably will start cutting out on the rice because they really don't need the calories so much anymore. They're getting it out of the dog food, but it's kind of habit for me. So then I'm just tossing it. And they're getting better now, but the food is really hard, and now their teeth are quite a bit bigger than they were, so I'm not so concerned about the dry food being too hard for them. So I toss all this up. I take the little pieces of chicken and make sure, because everybody gets a little chicken. And if these puppies were older, we would start gradually giving them raw chicken. We have a grinder. It's a professional 1.5 horsepower grinder that will do the bones of the chicken. So usually we usually do thighs. Legs are a little difficult because of the cartilage on the legs, but it works. It works. Now here's a piece of skin, which we don't think is bad at all for the puppy, so I just make sure we get it kind of, that's it. And then it's too hard to try and put 9 bowls out. And they all want to go what's in the other dog's bowl anyway, so this kind of works. So I spread it out, and I'm normally doing 2 cookie trays now because it gets all the dogs to where they're not crammed up. They're getting too big now, so they do it. It's workable, but it's better to do 2. So see, this actually should go in 2. And then I just kind of get it like this so they can not walk through the soup, but kind of get on the edges there. And then what I would do is take this in, I put a fresh towel down, just a bath towel, and I put the cookie trays on the bath towel so that when they're knocking it off, they will come back and eat it off the towel. And that's it. And they are doing this 2 times a day. Again, I think it's just healthier. I think they're getting nutrition. And then when they get adopted, I try and give this information to the adopters. If they want to do a little bit, start with a little bit of it's called a whole food diet, where they're actually eating meats and more proteins and not so much kibble, not so much of the dry food.